What's going on YouTube? I got some new tires here. These are Maxxis Rampage. They're 32 by 10 by 14, and these are my 32-inch Mongrels, same size. Now the reason why I'm upgrading is few. One's ride quality and weight. These come in at 36 pounds a piece. These are 41. This is a 1000 XP, and deducting 20 pounds of rotating mass is going to help me a lot. The other is look at the profile of this tire. You have a full, I would say, 9 to 10 inches of tread touching the ground here. And my problem with the Mongrels, and these are aired down, when they're aired up, they're really round, is your actual contact point when you're really ripping down the trail is like really 4 inches, maybe 4 to 5 inches. The center of this tire is really all that makes contact. It might be fine for the desert, but in Tennessee and Windrock, it's a lot of loose gravel, it's a lot of rock. I am four-wheel drifting every single thing, every trail. I just feel like the Razor has zero traction. I'm constantly sliding, like rally car sliding. This tire, much more aggressive, and one thing to note is that as far as specs are concerned, this tread depth, these are my fronts, so they're not as worn as the rear. This is 0.59 inches. Well, so is this. From the center. The thing is though, out here on this outside lug right here, it's from about this point, it's about 1.5 inches. So you have a tapering channel with a lug that's getting deeper and deeper, where on these it really is 0.59 tread depth all the way from your center lug, your side lug, everything. It's tapering away from the ground. Now these did great as far as like puncture resistance. They're very, very strong, and I smoked a few rocks. Like it even bent one of my beadlocks right here. You can see it right there. I actually put a ding, hit the tire really hard. It's a 10 ply, but with the 10 ply, they're very, very hard. I mean, the sidewalls just don't flex that good. Going to an 8 ply, I know I'm giving up a little bit of strength, but that is going to be nice. Much more compliant. I love the Bighorn because of its ride characteristics. I believe these tires are right on par. It's supposed to be a little bit harder rubber compound, but you can still put your fingernail in it. It's not that hard. These, of course, are a little bit older. These are a little bit harder rubber compound. These overall are just gonna have a really good ride characteristic about them. I'll do a review once we take our trip to Tennessee. We'll probably get 150 to 200 miles on them. And I can pretty much tell you I'm gonna have good things to say about them. So let's get them mounted on the wheels, and I'll be back soon. And just for the record, these wheels have seen this will be the third set of tires on them, and this is the key. These bolts, when they come out, they need to be cleaned and oiled. Now I actually had these were zinc coated. I had them sent off, and I had them Cerakoted, like a Glock matte black. So, but even with this, very important to clean them and then spray them with a little oil. Choice oil right there. And then use an air gun and blow out each one of these holes. Because if one grain of sand gets in there, these are aluminum wheels, it will gouge and cross thread very quickly. So, quick tip. Another quick tip with these beadlocks is get a 5-gallon bucket or even a bar stool. So you push this tire on, you center your rubber up on your bead. So when you put your actual beadlock on, you're not fighting the rubber that would typically be sitting and pushing the rim, the tire away from the rim. That way it's all free floating. Alright, so once you get the bead on, I like to do a cross pattern to get them smushed down. Once they're all on, do a cross pattern and then just start working your way around. Every time you tighten this one, the opposing one will start slowly getting looser behind it. So you have to just really take your time, work around this wheel. Now, there are torque specs for these wheels. Way back in the day, I used torque specs and I stripped them because a torque wrench, the length of that torque wrench is a little too much for these aluminum threads. I think it's inch pounds, which is luckily a little bit shorter of a torque wrench. but we're gonna just do it by hand. I had great success with the last 2 sets of tires on here, so let's get these done. Getting close. Alright, so we have 3 of the 4 mounted, but we just had to show the difference between this 29-inch Bighorn and the size of this 32. Literally gigantic looking. Let's do a back profile. I mean, gigantic. So, believe me, going to a lighter weight 32-inch tire at least will help me on that. But so this has 22 pounds in it right now. We're going to run down to 15 pounds when we do an actual height measurement on them. Almost done. All right, so we got everything mounted, and now we're going to take a measurement of the tire. It has about 15 pounds of PSI in it. Got a level on the tire. Yeah, zero it up. And we're measuring about 31 5/8. So almost a true 32 inches with 15 pounds of PSI. Alright, so that's a wrap for the tires. Came out really good. I'm loving the tread pattern. They still have a nice square profile to them compared to the Mongrels. When these Mongrels were filled up, they were really rounded. Now that these have some air in them, they also have a round profile, but talking a much more aggressive tire. So I'm really happy with it. So the next step is going to be the turbo vents for the air intake and the belt intake and exhaust. And we're doing the triple XL or double XL Polaris front fender flare. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.